Hey folks, I hope everybody's having a great day. In today's video, we're going to cover last week's dividend payment, talking about what's going on in the market, talk about two funds that I invest in, XDTE and QDTE, and their performance and what I'm seeing, and something that's new coming up with this channel. So glad you found this channel. My name is Alex, 9 to 5 to Freedom, and here we document my journey of creating a passive income machine that can replace my 9 to 5 income. So glad you can find this channel, and let's hop right into it. All right, so this is my channel. My goal for May was to hit 100 subscribers. I'm sitting at 99. If you watch this channel regularly, please give me a subscribe, and you can see my videos that I post here, and make sure you don't miss any of them. Okay, so let's talk about the market here. As you can see, everything finished red today for the most part. Gold's down, Nasdaq down, Russell, S&P 500 is down 0.5%. Let's see what we're doing for year to date. We are only up 0.34. So we have a little bit of a roller coaster this week. As you can see, we're down. We kind of clawed back up, and we are midway through the week. So we'll see how we're going to finish. Will we finish in the green for the week? We will find out in just a couple of days. Okay, so let's talk about my dividends. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, I dumped like $186,000 into these different high yielders, and I'm tracking every single week on what I'm making from these dividends and how my portfolio is doing. Now, I got something in the works right now. I am rebalancing my portfolio. I'm getting a little bit less diversified, and I'll explain that in the next video. But I'm just going to tell you for last week, for the week of the 18th of May, so that'll be week 24 this year, I got a whopping $2,324, as you can see right here, for the week. So my biggest payouts were from NVIDIA, $513, Plady, $769, phenomenal. SPY $194, BTCI $254, QQQI $245, XDTE $219, $50 from QDTE, 43 from YMAG, and 35 from YMAX. And that totaled to $23.24 for the week, which is impressive. Let's take the average of the last weeks. So we go down here. You probably don't see it on your screen because my face is in the way, but I'm showing an average of 1,395 per week. Okay, we'll multiply that by 52. So that's on target for $72,000. Now, okay, so that's great. So, that's really, really good. And I think overall my portfolio was down roughly around 5%. And, we bought right before the dip. This is part of the issue. I purchased most of my funds right before the tariffs were announced in March. So I really bought in like one of the highest times into this, but it's been performing great. So year to date, I made $13,500 on these dividends. And I'm not dripping them. I'm not reinvesting them. I'm paying some debt and paying some bills, doing all that kind of stuff. So that I'm here to track all that. And so some of the outliers here, for this week was PLTY. $769 was a phenomenal dividend. So we'll see how this holds up. And PLTY is an interesting play, obviously on PLTR. And, the stock is pretty much at its all-time high right now. We kind of settled down a little bit from $129. We're down to $123. We're not sure if this is gonna keep going, but there's some stuff like this. Tech analyst expects Palantir stock to rise above $400. So who knows? Now PLTY, the yield max that pays the dividends for us, as you can see, it's up 19.6% since inception of the fund. October 11, 2024. That started out at $52 and we're sitting at $62 today. We were down as low as $50 on April 4th. This would have been a great buying opportunity right there. Another one, last time we were in the 60s was April 17th and looks like February 28th. So as you can see here, it's mostly staying flat and it hasn't went down to its original place. So it pays an awesome dividend, and I feel like there's still room for Palantir to grow. I think the company's at its infancy, but that's just my opinion. This is not obviously financial advice. Let's look at MSTY. This is another one that I have a position in, and this one's an interesting one as well. Now it's been flat. Just yesterday it was flat, and today we had a little bit of a down day, but looks like the aftermarket it's coming up. So tomorrow we'll see what it opens up at. But this fund came out at 2160 and we're down to 2128. So as you can see, we had some high spots on this. $42, $31, and when I bought into this must have been around the $20 mark. So it's pretty much the same amount as right now, and this pays like 140% dividend, which is just insane. Okay, let's talk about the next thing. Move away from this portfolio, and something I wanted to cover with you. Now you see I invest into XDTE. This is my largest position. I have like $44,000 in XDTE, and then I have a small position in QDTE, which is around $9,000. Now, the reason I went with XDTE is because it didn't promise the moon at the time. At the time when I was buying into it, it was like targeting 27% dividend, and QDTE was around 35%. But after watching my portfolio week to week, since I've bought into these funds, what I've learned and what I've seen is QDTE is actually outperforming XDTE while paying a larger dividend. We go to this handy dandy calculator, and I can throw this link in the description below. But here you can plug in any two funds that you want to compare, or if you just want to compare it to the S&P 500. If you bought into XDTE and QDTE on January 1st, and let's just change that to 2025, and we're going to compare them. And this is what's interesting. So if you were to take $10,000 invested, ending investment with the dividends reinvested. Okay, so we lost some money because obviously we were on a downturn, but XDTE would have been lower than QDTE. Now, if you would have reinvested the dividends, same story. You would have had more money with QDTE. So far, QDTE has actually been outperforming XDTE, and this is kind of interesting. I mean, it's not off by a lot. Okay, in my portfolio, we're off by like less than 1%, like 0.5 or something like that. So it's very small. But I just found that interesting. And QDT right now, I think it's paying about 45% dividend, which is pretty crazy. So just want to throw that out there in case you're looking at these funds. And what I like about them is that they pay weekly. Okay, weekly is nice because who doesn't like to get paid weekly? All right, let's just look at overall here. So overall, as the XDT from Roundhill started out almost $52 a share. We're down 17%. Now this hit back in March. It really like messed it up. Look how flat it was this whole time. It went up, paid its dividend, went up, paid its dividend, went up, paid its dividend, went up, paid its dividend. And then when these tariffs starts rolling around, it just crashed. So I think right now is actually a pretty decent buying opportunity. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs, if they're going to, shake up the markets again. But if we're bullish for this year, if we think things are looking up, I think there's opportunity for both of these funds to actually come back to its original price. If, let's say, the S&P 500 or NASDAQ moves 10% this year, I can see that happening. So that's just my theory on it. But I like both these funds, so wanted to show you that comparison. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up there for this video. I have a new video that's going to come out end of this week. I've actually rebalanced my portfolio today, and I'm going a little bit more risky, but I'll reveal that to you on the next video. So if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel to get to my 100 subscribers, and we'll see you on the next one, folks. Thanks.